Griffin and Thomas were well known in the underground world of paranormal activism. Their YouTube channel had grown popular for its bold investigations. Their mission was spiritual justice. They believed some spirits were trapped, victims of curses or rituals, and needed to be freed. They'd attend estate sales of haunted homes, buy cursed objects, and perform their own cleansing rituals to release the energy. Some called them heroes, others called them reckless. One foggy afternoon, they arrived at the auction of a notorious estate, the home of a deceased occultist named Edwin Carr. Everything in the mansion was rumored to be cursed. Most bidders kept their distance, but Griffin was drawn to a dusty old ledger with a silver clasp. It wasn't for sale, but while no one was looking, he quietly slipped it into his bag, convinced it held some secret. He didn't tell Thomas. That night, back at their apartment, strange things started happening. Shadows moved against the walls. Griffin heard whispers that stopped when he turned his head. Thomas's equipment kept malfunctioning. At first, they believed it was just the energy of the stolen ledger. But when they opened the book, they found names written in faded ink. Hundreds of them. Names, dates, and strange symbols. One entry was marked with today's date, and next to it was Griffin's name. Suddenly, the air grew heavy. The lights flickered and went out. Something cold passed through the room. Griffin dropped the book, and it flipped open on its own, revealing a warning on the last page in scrawled red ink. This ledger binds them in silence. Remove it, and they shall speak in flesh. That's when the twist struck. Thomas, confused and frightened, admitted that earlier in the day, he had been drawn to the same book. But he hadn't just touched it. He had opened it at the estate, breaking the seal unknowingly. It wasn't Griffin who broke the contract. It was Thomas. And when the seal broke, he let them in. Not just spiritually, he became a vessel. Griffin stared in horror as Thomas's voice changed. His body twitched violently. One by one, spirits began to possess him, each one trying to take control. His face morphed, his eyes went black, and strange voices came from his mouth in languages Griffin didn't recognize. Each spirit that had once been silent now screamed for release. They didn't want justice anymore. They wanted bodies, and they had found the perfect host in Thomas. Griffin, desperate and overwhelmed, grabbed the ledger and tried to reseal it, but the contract had already been broken. The book now rejected any binding. He tore through the pages, hoping for a reversal spell, and finally found one. To silence the scream, one must become the seal. Griffin understood the cost. He had to bind himself, body and soul, to the ledger, becoming its new keeper. Without hesitation, he performed the ritual, using his own blood and voice to close the book. As he finished the chant, Thomas collapsed to the ground, unconscious and free of possession. But Griffin vanished. The book, now sealed, remained on the table. All the names had faded except one, Griffin's, written in bold, permanent ink. The final shot ends with the book trembling slightly, as if something inside was still awake, still watching, and waiting for the next one to open it.